if if I had bad routing to a server, and let's say this happened a lot in Counter-Strike. Like, let's say you played a Texas server and you had 60 ping normally, but you actually had 80 or 90. You're getting like pretty bad routing to that specific server. So I would 100% ask for a change if that happened. But there's some things that can't be changed. You know, if everyone's all over the place, somebody's going to have low ping.
You just need to cut some more hours out of the day so we can get right back into the action.
Oh, God, I got to move this.
Towards 80 here to start off for Gen G. Let's see what they come up with here on the first round with just a GMD on tiles.
Indeed, XSET on that defense. Looking to be pretty passive so far. Had that tree control and not really wasting time is Gen G moving up towards mid pretty quickly as well. They have that cap pressure also possible. It's looking to us like it might very well be an A split, but they are leaving themselves the options to go back quickly for a mid rotation. If they pull the
dinked him, dude. What in the world is this game sometimes?
Already make their way into the site actually, so it's looking pretty good.
He dinked him too. Oh my God!
Commit for Jules just yet. They're trying to come in all together, and so far it's not going to work out too well, Rip.
That's fucking hilarious.
XSET there had a pretty good rotation, understanding the smoke could have been a fake from Gomont from mid. And then they get into the site, and the trade is in favor of Gen G.
That's VALORANT.
Everyone, BCJ doing what he can with a little bit of dart work. One more left in the rounds, or in the chamber rather, as he reloads. And now just on to try and tag a few heads here and get a few laser shots to end the round. He's going to toy
classic,
he's
dude.
Gonna be
OP.
here. Everybody coming from that tree garden area now through the window.
Oh my God!
It's going to be enough
Flying.
for Michael as he drops down and gets himself a sheriff. So first round for Gen G, we'll see if they give some respect here to maybe a possible shorty buy or a possible eco buy here from XSET, and how fast they rush this.
Yeah, and this is a difficult one too, because at first I thought that the setup from XSET was to not necessarily challenge, just really hold on to tree control, but if they wanted to just go straight to site, let them, and then sort of wait it out, coordinate for a full retake. But they got kind of caught in some battles in the middle, and it got a little bit chaotic, but you know, such is the way of pistols. They, of course, will be on the eco now, so we'll see if they can get any damage. Of course, when you're on the eco, you're not necessarily looking at trying to win rounds. You might try to have smaller goals, like trying to get a couple kills, steal away some weapons, and then see what you can do once you get into the mid round, if that first sort of phase is successful. And here we can see a stack towards B, and stacking sites is something that XSET really loves to do, and I'm sure we're going to see a lot of that even in the gun rounds.
XSET a bit short on util. They're not going to throw everything into that.
Gen G loves going through mid. They love it.
A little advantage to Gen G, and I love just.
There's always two of them in here.
Control of mid. It's so powerful on ascent. The crossfire here. They're going to find one. Wifo tries to get out of this situation, but he's going to be gunned down as they see the stack is towards. The
no, Sean, what are you doing, brother?
Classic there. They're going to be
no need. It was Omen. He could get away. He didn't need you.
Economy damage to Gen G.
I hope they don't lose because of that.
Cool
I doubt it, but
strategies here. Unfortunately, there's so much control for XSET right now. They know what's safe,
and
so they can always fall back if things get a little bit dicey. And you can see Win there is able to spot basically everybody, and they're actually going to force it all the way in here. So
they broke the util on the bomb.
Or rather, Gen G to have to fight. Nice opener from Pura.
Yo, what are you doing, man? Gun out.
Weapons are just
holy fundamentals.
And
fundamentals.
They have to be happy with that.
Gun out.
I think you can definitely be very pleased.
Wait, why are people saying dicey?
Damage in with a round like that.
Oh, there's the Odin coming out already from BCJ. He's going to take that over to B, see if he can start off some rounds. And yeah, you're right. The weapon's too much. Gen G getting a bit of positioning there to start off. And XSET all coming from spawn, so you're not going to be able to really get too much of a flank on or have them looking at different angles on your entry. Quick rounds.
The caster said dicey? Wait, what?
I should say. Now it's weapons in the hands of XSET. What can they do? We did see the impact rounds against FaZe for a few once they were figuring out the aggression, moving forward, grabbing info right away. So sitting on their heels here won't do them any good. Gen G's already into that A main, as you were saying, Dan. Control over this orb is going to be big, and that puts Win 2 away from ultimate.
Yeah, they're going to prioritize it on him instead of Mikhail, and that's interesting, but we'll see whether or not this retake setup is going to work out, because the site's been completely given to XSET, and I think that's quite smart, given that XSET are on these weapons that are going to be really good close range, but some of these longer fights aren't going to work out as well.
I'm assuming, yeah, they're gonna
Play
push.
works here, but we'll see if they can make it happen. Sean is going aggressive for tree control. The tracer through.
I like that. They got shit.
We did. It's just
They have
owning
shitty
them
guns.
right
I
now.
like that
3 kills
idea.
from him, and that's gonna leave just
You're on
him.
your bonus buy. Just
With
push
a Bucky,
tree.
But that said, we all know how much damage the Bucky can do. Steel likes to remind us pretty consistently, but it will be a great retake, or well, after all is said and done. But it looks like one of those spots also where I think GENG are pretty happy considering how much damage they did. They got the spike down. It was a bonus round.
Yeah, you're not going to be mad about that. An extra 300 in the pocket all around. We'll see what their buy is here. And still leaving a few on 1,000, full utility all around. So let's see.
GENG gave it a shot.
Take some damage over here at B. You made a mention of the Mikhail not getting that Hunter's Fury. He does have it this round. Now Hwin's on deck for his ult. We also have Aaron on the other side waiting there with from the
Is
shadow.
bonus a term used in CSGO? No, not really.
Here pretty early. We're only on round 4. We're seeing ultimate.
Not really.
That's what you love to see. It could help.
I
Really
mean, it can be
control
used,
these first
but
or second buy rounds. As we start off, paint shells dodged out.
so difference. Okay,
Dash.
I'm gonna just mute for a sec. The difference between a bonus and the reason why a bonus applies in Valorant and doesn't apply in CS is because a bonus in this game basically means you won the pistol round, you bought your SMGs or whatever on that second round, you won that as well, and then instead of choosing to upgrade to rifles, you keep those SMGs. In CS, it applies the same way, where you win your pistol, you buy your SMGs, you win that round, and then it's gun round. You don't keep those SMGs. You drop them, and you buy guns. You buy, like, rifles. So that's the difference. In CS, there really isn't much of a bonus because most people just drop their SMGs for real rifles. But it can be used. Some teams decide, fuck it, we'll keep the bonus. We'll keep our MAC 10s. We'll keep our whatever, our umps and shit. So yeah, it can be applied. It's just not often applied.
Already into the site. I would have said at that point, if you're still in main, start rotating over with that rotation. You hear the Odin in the back, trying to find.
Dude, I'm so glad I bought this Odin. It sounds so cool. What the heck?
In the site, what a round coming up there for BCJ to stay alive. Dead to rights, really, as GENG was coming in, and they just get wiped out.
Yeah, it was interesting because it looked like GENG was setting up, like we said, with the door down. As soon as they break that door, the rotation from A with 3 players on the side of XSET are going to rotate. So either you try to rush in at that point because you can get a timing advantage to get like a 5 versus 2 on the B site, or the other thing that they did was they just waited because they wanted to seemingly punish the rotation, and that didn't really work out for them. So we'll have to see.
Is it because SMGs are much stronger than CS?
Like
I think so, yeah.
Again in the future, but for now, it's definitely a great start for XSET.
Yeah, I think SMGs in this game and shotguns and whatever are more useful.
Quick tech pause as GENG restarts comms. Gets up and running once again. Kind of imperative to have as we get back into this one. And yeah, looking at that,
I'm glad the Stinger meta's gone though, because that was terrible.
Was giving up too much room, right? Obviously, they closed door. They know they're playing a bit of a retake if mid is left alone. But with what GENG is able to do with space like that, moving up with Guaman, able to just make moves, you have to be careful. They were ready, and they kind of are adapting to.
To be fair, CSGO is a different economy system.
Mid.
True, you get extra money for SMG kills in CS.
Definitely, and it's interesting too. Because
very true.
I think if GENG,
I don't think that would matter too much, though.
Would be quite difficult to read because, again, as mentioned
Maybe.
before, they're a team that will use the center.
Yeah, I think if CS didn't get bonus money for SMG kills, I think you're right. Maybe there would be more bonus rounds, but because you get so much money when you kill people with SMGs, it allows you to get that better gun. So, yeah, it might be that for sure. I was watching some CS last night a little bit. It's after watching a lot of Valorant, man. It's yeah, I still enjoy watching CS, but there's something more pleasing to me about watching this. I don't know. Simple, simple colors, simple player models, simple movement, and then all of a sudden it freaking turns up real quick. CS has like a darker like palette. Like watching it, like the colors and everything, it just feels kind of like depressing. Honestly, I was watching CS and I was like, these colors, man, like it felt depressing, dude. And I wasn't a huge fan of some of the maps. I was watching Mirage. I don't know. I like how bright this game is. Super easy to see everything and identify everything. The only problem is this game gets way harder to, like, once everything is happening at once in this game, it is way harder to visually be like, what the fuck is going on? In CS, it's way easier to be like, oh, okay, one person's here, one person's here. In this game, they're freaking everywhere, dude. Teleporting around and shit. They both have their pros and cons to spectating, I think. Little tech pause. Do you wash your mouse pad often? No, I don't ever do that. I just get new ones. I've never really washed my mouse pad. Maybe when I was like 16 or something. And even then, it's only because I spilled some shit on it, like Coke. I used to drink so much soda. Oh, now I just drink a lot of coffee. I went from soda to coffee as I got older. How often do you replace them? Well, I got to replace it right now, but the problem with replacing your mouse pad is you have to. Okay, so there's two things that go here. You have to replace your mouse pad before it gets like kind of gray, and like if you notice it start to get like super gray in that certain spot that you move it, that's usually when I'd say get a new one or wash it, because if you don't, you risk ruining the skates on your mouse. And if you're not somebody who wants to change mouse skates, then it's going to be super annoying. Like, you want to have a clean mouse pad always, because what ruins mouse skates usually is like the dirt and gunk that might be on your mouse pad, scratching against it. So, honestly, every couple months, I would replace mine. But I've been super lazy, so I've had this mouse pad for about, I think I've had it for about 6 months now, almost. I definitely need to replace it. There's no better feel than a new new mouse pad. Ooh, man, you're gliding. It's crazy. I don't know what to do with my old mouse pads. I've had them for so long. I have in my garage, I think I have 100+ mouse pads. I don't know what to do with them. I truly have no idea. Like, who wants that? You know? I have so many mouse pads. It's crazy. Usually people throw them away. I just feels wrong to throw away a mouse pad, because like I know for myself, like, yeah, it doesn't meet my performance expectation, but someone might want it, so I just keep it in my garage and then I just rack and stack and yep. Sign and give them away. Okay, so I can't exactly do that, because one thing you got to realize.
Does larger tech have a place to buy factory mouse skates? I tried some core pads on my Superlight and it felt awful.
I'm not sure. Actually, I'm not sure. I don't know. Anyway, I know you guys say giveaway, but you got to realize the hundreds of mouse pads that I have, they vary based off of mouse pads I've used in the past, sponsors I might have had in the past. I can't just give those away openly. I could give away Logitech ones. I can. But that's it. You know what I mean? I have a lot everywhere. I got a lot.
They don't look like they actually want to contest it.
We're back!
They're playing pretty far back on the A site. Got the knives out for win as well to start things off, and it's going to make his way up catwalk here. So yeah, it looks like they just want to go for an A split here.
This would be such a big round if the Blade Storm comes up with just even at least a few and then damage to tag on after. The Frenzies could follow up easily. And they do have a bit of a split, as you were saying. They're getting ready for the Paranoia smoke coming in.
That
right
blows.
Side of the orb as they push in. Aaron comes up with one. Quinn will be able to capitalize on one. He's still alive and roaming the site. I don't think we did know.
Nice
Oh,
shot.
he gets taken down. Beautifully done by Win, but Pure and Rifle coming in huge to take down the two that were making the impact frags for Gen G.
Yeah, great stuff there from XSET once again. Sort of reading the round nicely, showing that they're very comfortable to give up the site. They knew that they knew the economy of their opponents. They knew exactly what was going to be bought pretty much, and so just playing passive. So pretty standard stuff.
Giving
there.
away
Going
something
into
is
the next buy round, and
giving
I'm
away
curious,
something is
last
promoting
time we saw
something,
Gen
by the
G
way.
just going for
So if
like
I
a
give
walking
away
mid,
some
setting
old
up a big
product
split,
that I
it
no
was
longer
very
use,
straightforward.
that's
I wonder if we'll see a
promoting
different
it.
take from them
I
here.
can't do that.
We actually see XSET looking like they want to challenge mid at the beginning.
Can I
of
do
the
it
round.
silently? Sure.
So that's going to be interesting.
Like if I
because that
don't
could
say
really
anything
disrupt
about
what
it,
Gen G is doing.
but then how does anyone know I'm doing it if I don't say anything about it? You know what I mean?
Yep, here we go. Called it straight out. Showstopper tile sees him, gets him, nailing the coffin on Sean. Big frag coming in this
Oh
round.
my
They
God.
have Empress up
He got
because
behind
they
him with the
changed
ult.
things up
Nobody
from tiles
nobody
on this
checked
buy.
at all.
And now, come on.
That's
first
crazy.
Push back. GMD looking for some shots over towards B, knowing they got to play a little sweaty now on the fly for what they wanted to do at the beginning of the round. As Spike makes
You
his
should
way
frame your
over
old
towards the
mouse pads
B
in
site,
order.
and you still
I don't have an
Win
order,
in
dude. I don't know. I have no idea.
What a scary round.
Yeah.
From the shadows from We did as well. We didn't even catch that. And that's created so many problems. Gen G heavily disrupted now. Have to find a way to get a pick.
Nice shot.
And Win's the only one who will find success there. And Michael as well is going to be trying to rotate around to be able to join forces to get in towards A with that spike. But it's going to require Win to do a lot. And he is in so much trouble here on the catwalk. He's out in the open. Paint shells out. Gets sprayed down by BCJ. And for Michael, really now it's all just about getting some damage. And it's looking very grim indeed. XSET, they're causing a lot of problems. And I love to see the fact that they aren't just trying to play passive. They are showing a lot of confidence, using their ults and creating a lot of disruption.
I'm right there with you. This round made me smile on my face to see him go out hard, as well as Aaron playing that so smart. You know, 2 HP doesn't mean, hey, I'm going to go find more and do things. He played such good sentry, figuring out where more were, drawing pressure. BCJ was able to capitalize on someone firing back at him at tiles. And just with 2 HP, doing so much more than just kind of ending the round with finding someone else. You love to see that, the smart play. And now 3-2 XSET. Feeling good.
Definitely. And
Actually,
it's
4-2, because it's round 7. I think we're missing an XSET round.
It feels like, as well, Gen G haven't been able to really run their default, and that's a big problem.
Oh, he just missed him in spawn. Oh my God!
Able to kind of set the pace and the tempo.
Whoever
you're conditioning the defenders.
GMD just missed him.
A lot more.
He missed the Omen TP. I actually think he physically missed. I think he was trying to hit it, but he couldn't hit it. That's what it looked like.
It feels like they're calling the shots.
He had the angle.
That's not really how it's supposed to work out. So Gen G.
You don't like hard pads? Not really.
Position. Win has the Vandal, but overall, not a great look on the weaponry for them. And once again, looking for that B split.
Sign and send them to Lupo for his St. Jude's events.
Now. And that might be their time to move in. They're still playing it very patient.
Can't do that either.
Over to tiles. Aaron with nice frag. Another one towards market, so they know they got to be watching mid a little bit. Oh, no way, Aaron.
I could give them.
Doesn't even know which one he wants to.
No, I can't do that either. No, that won't work.
It doesn't even matter. Great play, 2 rounds in a row.
No,
He's
because
definitely feeling it.
I'm pretty sure Lupo is sponsored by Logitech.
Oh, wow.
So if Lupo can't do that either, he can't promote himself giving away another company's
plenty of
mouse
rounds to
pad,
play
even
out
if it's
in this
old.
first half.
You know what I mean?
And the Odin. It's so much fun on the B site in this map. Aaron finishing it off. Great stuff from him. And, well, again, just as I said, previously, it really feels like XSET is
Oh, I could
dictating
donate
everything
them.
right now,
I could
and
donate them. I could do that.
Gen G going
Yeah, I
back
could do
to
that. I could
split.
donate them to
Previously,
a
we did
charity
some
or
rounds,
something. That's
also didn't
fine.
work
That's
out too
fine.
Well,
But
would really like to see something
I
different.
mean, it can't
now
be like
from them.
promoted though. I could just be like,
Trying to
hey, take
slow
this,
around, trying
do
to
something
play
with
more
it.
Control, maybe
That's
try to
fine.
start off
That's
with
totally
enemy control.
fine.
In terms of the ult economy, though, as far as Gen G are concerned, they have pretty much everything. So lockdown is available. If they have any set pieces that they have in the books, that the playbook, now might be a good time for that.
Yep. So try to go within a rotation window that you're firing off. They're going to try to get mid control here, and that's a precedent.
The
right?
score is
If
literally
you
wrong?
go, you're going to see
No way.
XSET pushing out.
Gen G
Now
won
the
pistol
drones
and
usage
bonus.
is for mid to see if they even have to push or worry about it. Cat's going to be the play for now as they head up towards the tree
Yeah.
area.
Oh,
And
what's
it's
wrong
gonna
about it?
be a slow push in. Aaron in a dangerous spot when people are coming, backing off.
Oh, he
maybe
missed the
play,
nade.
and he does get himself into an advantageous
Oh.
position, but still found by GMD. They look to take A site.
Great stuff here from Gen G. Weeders on the side, though, still alive and kicking, but
That's crazy. They're playing 3A and they're holding it
That's
too.
the biggest problem now in this round dealt
XSET
with.
has
That
5?
was the major chance for some kind of a comeback in.
There's been
for
7
XSET.
rounds?
For Twifo and BCJ,
Oh, yeah,
it's
you're
been
right.
quite
Oh, my
difficult
God.
indeed. Always nice, though, with having a server in this spot. There's lots you can do with the arrows. You can bang those shot darts into hell pretty easily. The recon, the Odin, it's definitely strong, but this is a lot to ask from BCJ,
whatever.
and they are giving him full respect. Pete comes in as they know that he'd be forced to check for that recon, and Twifo not really able to do much from this position. And this round actually could have definitely gone quite poorly for Gen G. XSET were kind of expecting as either a lockdown play or something of that nature, a rush. They were playing.
I don't know. I don't think this is round 9. I think this is round 8
against Aaron here on tree. Then
I don't think the
if Aaron's
score
able
is
to buy time
wrong.
with
I
paint
think
shells, maybe get a kill,
the round is
I think XSET have a
wrong.
very strong chance to retake this.
Right?
We got a lot of ultimates coming up in this next round. There should be an alt frenzy on this, honestly. Do we see A being the...
No, it is round 9.
No. And I think they know...
What
that
in the
gonna
world
come
is
to that
going
alt
on?
So you see how many from XSET right now are about to come out of that A side, making sure no one's there. And we'll see what alts get activated first. Hovering around Mikhail rather again.
How did that even
Towards the
happen?
market with that drone, everybody avoids. A little bit of that spam
Oh.
coming from the Odin is
Come on, work
BCJ
quickly.
looks to tag
Oh
again.
my god! The jump
Pull
spot
on
just
Twifo
got
as he
owned.
jumps up. Sean takes him down with an instant headshot from the Vandal as it's going to be a B hit here, Dan, and it looks like they're going in hard with the Sober all over the shoulder.
Clean. Good take.
And BCJ, the lone man on the B side, unable to do anything, unfortunately, for XSET. So they're in a hell of a difficult position.
So it should be 5-3 right now.
Everybody coming from spawn, it's looking very poor considering that XSET have had plenty of time to get post-spawn positioning, so they could be in market, they could be in B main,
That's a
they could
save.
be in mid, they could have a lurker through A as far as XSET are concerned. There's just too many issues for a retake here, so they will go for the full save, especially with the operator on Pura. Makes a lot of sense, but one thing I think that's interesting in so far as the way that Gen G are approaching this is Gen G are playing a much more of a gambly play style in the sense that they're not, that basically the presence that they show, that's kind of where they're going, and they don't have any lurkers on the other side of the map. And typically with Gen G, you actually expect that Akusto would be lurking or that they would play someone on the other side of the map to the other team, but that's not happening right now. So if XSET were to figure that out and start to actually play more aggressively at the early round,
So it's
take A main
5-4.
control, take B
That is
main
so
control,
weird.
fight for those things early in the round, I think they'd get all the info they need.
I mean,
Why don't they just
bring
change
that up,
it?
And then I kind of like rings in my head. I'm like, Kusta would be firing a Roomba over off at B garage to alert, come on mid, and then kind of move around. We'll see. We will see. They are going for tiles once again. Kusta going to set that turret up nice and easy so they can see anything from Cat or that B push, even an alert there as well to make sure, turret's there. Do they push even more? And they'll have that knowledge. Common drone now coming out to make sure the mid of the map is covered. And I guess that's kind of the flow you'll see is if both teams are going somewhat round for round, it's going to be that, all right, we'll get some utility out before we push. We're feeling pretty equal right now, and there isn't too much confidence exuded from everybody. Mikhail down to 15 HP to start this one off, and that'll really make you reconsider what's going to happen in the round.
Really big problem though for GENG, because as we said, like, they had everybody by tiles and by B lobby, so they have no control A main.
That blows.
And as far as they know, XSET could have pushed that. XSET didn't. I think XSET, there's a very strong argument that that should be something that they're doing in some of these rounds, but they didn't do it. So now we have a cut noise from GENG where they have allowed enough time that they could have rotated towards A. So this gets a little bit confusing now for XSET too.
We did die as this round is over.
Don't really know what's going on, and they're playing retake on B. And Michael gets a very important kill. That's going to tell everything to XSET.
Unless.
There's one. Pure is going to help. He's going to be just out of range. And now, again, they think about moving in.
No way he gets one through smoke.
Not going to rotate just yet. Time's ticking down.
Oh, I like this better. I like this better.
Down comes through, and they are towards that lane side. Dwight's going to be able to take one down as Kusta gets the digital. Molly back and to him traded. Mikhail is planting, and they should have good control over the back of the site, and Gamond was able to make it into garage.
Very tough retake here. The B main lurk is always going to be a problem there from GMD. That's a great first kill. Aaron, though, he senses it. He knows.
That's the spot you play? I don't know. I don't like that. I hate playing lane, especially like that.
Get it. GMD simply too quick. Nice little jiggle coming through.
No way. He's dead. He's done.
Go. Is he going to send it? There it is. Sending it straight to the back. And Aaron. There we go.
Not
make it happen.
Not a fan of that post plant setup.
So beautiful to see.
You
got to be feeling real.
They should have won that round, man. 5v3.
Red Bull clutch for him. We've seen the rounds where he flies out, and even if the alarm bot was gonna hit him, he's got it. Transfer on that, runs in. He thinks about the nade, but he says no. Don't want to chance it.
A little bit of an overcomplication, in my opinion. Like, sometimes you got two people down, you killed one in B, you killed one flanking from mid. You know there's going to be one more B. You don't need to use a Killjoy ult and wait for it. Just nut to butt and just trade. You know what I mean?
Ooh, the paranoia play, and Pura picks up the kill. We talked about some of that A main aggression. They're not going to go for a full take, but they'll be very happy with the pick.
That's my opinion. I think it just simplifies the whole process.
Aggression A to be like, okay, well, there can't be too many people towards mid, so we can get that for free. And so that's something taken back, but they're still down a man.
Aaron, almost out.
Everyone's just spraying, dude.
Confident to play those positions. Stan Kale, though, firing in onto We Did. XSET's going to have a good retake on this.
His aim is so nice.
Swifo in the back, but it is possible in the 3v3.
No post-bomb positioning, indeed. It's always a tough look. Drone coming through as well to tag somebody. That's been pretty dangerous. That the wall is quite bangable there. The boathouse. Pura finding a nice angle.
I don't think he knew he was exposed.
Up to Sean here, close range,
I think he had no idea he was exposed.
Very helpful. Able to dismiss into a new position. Looking for another one. Isolating them. But maybe
I wish I saw his shots.
Can't be denied there with the
Nice
operator.
one.
Not missing the beat.
You know, Dan, I love to see Pura stepping up. The second map against FaZe, he was not having fun at all.
So is it 7-4 right now?
The situations where you know you have an inside angle on someone, but somehow they're shooting you instead of your teammate first. It was that kind of day for him. To see him popping off here shows that mentality. He can just
so what happens when the what's gonna happen when the round when halftime hits? What happens when it swaps? Is the score gonna be updated or is it gonna be broken still?
In the final round of the first half.
Yeah, this is amazing. I mean, it feels like GENG, they just didn't. Their game plan isn't really working out for them. They've had to rely on more gambly plays, and it's not been a lot of fun. XSET have been finding a lot of comfort, and we'll see the drone coming through from A main. And the BCJ is going to be seeing that there's nobody here right now. It doesn't mean that they can't retake it, though. It depends on their pacing, and they're actually speeding things up towards Catwalk right now. And we talked about XSET stacking towards certain parts of the map right now, and they're definitely.
He's alone, dude. They're about to. This is GENG's round.
Come towards A.
Patience is a virtue, Dan.
Oh
Always.
no, they're taking so long, dude. They're taking so long.
1 minute on this one. Oh! The tag with one. Everybody's getting scattered.
kinda
Win goes
sick.
in, the double knife, the triple knife from Quinn
Okay,
for the
dude.
win.
You don't dash
And
into
they
that.
are
Come on.
gonna easily have
I know you're feeling damn good.
that.
That was sick.
But
That's,
come
that's what that was from Win. Beautiful stuff there. He's looking for the ace now. Don't think he knows who the last player is, but I think we're all rooting for him at this point. Win with such an excellent round. Sean's going to take it away, but beautiful play from the Jet. You know, that's what you want to see. It's that explosiveness, the X factor coming in for GENG to get
They changed it.
5-7 half. It was a difficult half, but now they can forget about it and just move on to the defensive side where things will be very different.
Wow. I love that too. Just he's like, hit me with it. I don't care. I'm gonna be I'm full in. Sean coming up over the shoulder. That's a great round, especially to come back on when you're down in the half to start off the next half. You know, pistol round, you get a little bit of momentum in there. They're feeling good, and we'll see how they carry this out. GENG now to see what they can do here, stopping the offensive tactics of XSET.
I love the pistol rounds now. They're way more balanced with these weapons. It's not all frenzies. You see like one or two frenzies on each side, and then a couple ghosts,
Not looking too quick,
and then classics.
Clearing B main control, creating some pressure. Again, defenders often
Like
might want to get aggressive somewhere. Catwalk's a great one because it allows you to kind of deal
Damn,
with
he's playing the
everything
headshot
in
ang.
position. You're able to have fast
He's gonna sit here and he's gonna hope he
and
one tap
you
or
can
pretty much
always
two
be
taps
helpful
this
for your
first
team.
guy and
So
then
we'll
sucks
see
him.
that kind of aggression coming from GENG on the defense. Now the game's been given away though.
Never mind.
because Sean's gonna spot the
No
push
suck,
coming through.
but hey, that
B
works
main,
too.
but it's been slowed down here by this nano swarm, and that's a huge problem for XSET.
I think if he double headshot him, he would have sucked him.
Out such a risky position to play there, knowing they could be rushing. But
It just took too long to kill him.
You can tell what that says about Sean right now.
What the heck are you guys doing, XSET?
Be here later.
Help there is Kusta there next to Switch. Oh God! Hits him with
Hit him in the
fan right
friggin' head,
in the
dude.
face. Are you serious?
Hit him in the
Shot
forehead.
from
Will
Sean.
J9 be here
Still
later?
alive. Still
I think
That's
so.
3K for him.
Nice hold comes through, and it's so, as you say, like the combination of having that forward position, winning that first battle. That's why
must.
you need to get, you know, your most skillful players on, or mechanically gifted players on arena. You get that first kill, dismiss away, slows the push down. Nano Swarm gets popped, and the rotation is fully in for the defenders, giving them all of the advantages. Such a great round.
All right, how do they do it next? This is going to be that save over on the side of XSET. Sean giving him the what for on that first round. And there's going to be a call that there's a little love for mid. And no sight on that means GENG probably going to play a little bit more reserved here to just get those frags as the close corners come to fruition.
I like this. You know, you lose the site, but you just say, okay, you guys can have the site. We'll take a main control. So
Yep.
you're going to have a very hard time,
Nice.
but maybe not. Aaron is going in there. Looks like Michael's going to be able
Only
to
one
build that
gun.
quite nicely. And it looks like there's a lot of potential,
is good for
positionally
GENG.
speaking, for XSET to make some things happen.
Assuming he
It's just
doesn't
BCK.
lose.
This is a very low player, but looks like Michael with the swing is going to get it done. 7-7. And we're all tied up here on Ascent. This is the first map of this series. This is an elimination situation for these teams as well in the lower bracket. So
Yep.
a lot on the line here at Masters 1.
Yeah, a lot of pressure. This is GENG's pick as well. XSET choosing defense. So XSET doing quite well. They did.
You
their
think the
homework,
classic
probably
needs a
figuring
nerf?
that GENG would pick this. It's-
No. No.
Excuse me, XSET's
I think it's
second
fine.
most played map competitively, so not too shabby there. They're going to have something in the strap book to get themselves to these sites. It's seeing how the site hold and post plants go right now. You said 7-7. You gotta love games that go punch for punch, and we'll see if that happens.
I think they
during the second
fine-tuned the
half.
classic well.
A little bit of a push.
It took a
right
while,
there,
but
and
they
the
did
rest of
it.
the team, it seems like a full committal over here onto that A site, and there isn't too much aggression coming out on the side of GENG's B, so they're not really grabbing that info. But you also have to consider this camera's up here, and they can see everything that's going on, so XSET feels comfortable.
Very tense situation. You may expect a contact play, and just like there it is. Pura will be able to trade onto Michael. They don't necessarily know that GMD's right around the corner. Dropping another smoke.
Oh
Going
my
into the smoke. Pura is going to happily deal with that one as he
goodness.
dashes forwards, trying to take more space for the team towards 3. And XSET are setting it home right now as there's nothing that GENG can do. They keep going for the challenges, but they are losing everyone. Sean is left. And he's going for a very desperate play. Straight forward onto the site, almost making it look
Not a bad
doable
attempt.
with the frenzy, but XSET will shut it down 8-7.
I love watching Sean play. That's just the Sean way. You know, it's like you're going to have to hit that site fast enough that you're catching everybody still on their current angle. And imagine if that gun had dropped down off Jenny and he has it. What a different story. But yeah, I always love that fast-paced play where you're just trying to hit everybody the moment they aren't looking. It requires some damn good aim. We'll see what happens, though. XSET's still on top of it. Their aim is the one that's hitting true for this last round. And now we're on a double gun round. Actually, we're going to see Aaron on that Spectre, but he does have full util, so that's what he's deciding. That's going to be a bit more of a priority. Mikhail takes a bit of spam damage there, as it looks to be.
That was kind of sick. I like that.
XSET's going to say, hey,
let the Roomba make the noise. Once the Roomba makes the noise, spam for the smoke.
Towards B in a 3-2 split cross map, but they have to be careful about
that was a little detail. That was pretty cool.
How long they don't have that.
I'm sure tons of teams do it. I just never noticed it.
Additional information, and seeing Jet there in that cubby is quite a tell. So we'll see what the response is from both teams. If GENG were looking like they, or others, if XSET were looking like they wanted.
It's funny how in games like this, you're staring more at the mini map than you are the actual game. I'm sitting here looking at the mini map, seeing what they're doing. If they're trying to push. Seems like they're getting aggro on B, trying to.
And they're feeling that slower pace from XSET.
Never mind, they got scared.
Jump to any conclusions just now.
No more charges left.
With that said, the drone will be spotted coming out from BCJ in mid, which is a tell that
they're set up so well for this.
Yeah. So
they're gonna know. They're gonna know if someone walks through mid right now.
To the round now.
Now they know it's split.
3-2 to a full mid distraction. No follow-up is close enough. They can't close the gap like the last.
He DK'd him, dude.
That spike site. Mikhail taking down Sean in the accidental friendly fire. Pure is going to take advantage of a bit more open space in the site. A perfect thing.
You got no time. You're dead.
Looking for maybe a few more frags to damage.
No way, they're not gonna rush him.
And it's just going to be about 0.2 late on that one, I believe.
Wow.
Got it. Don't try to do math on stream.
I thought they were just going to have their knife out because he had no time. They could have easily followed him with their knife.
And it was just going to be off, but it was
not let him even get the plant.
That's what's required, and they're going to give it over here to Mikhail.
Because if the guy re-peeked when he was blind, he still would have lost the round with no plant. So.
If just maybe like one more second to reposition, maybe Puro has the opportunity to do something there.
Yeah.
Kill denied.
But yeah, 8-8.
Yeah, I don't think he was thinking about denying the kill, but hey, it worked out, I guess.
We'll see both teams in with purchases, and XSET not really looking as good. Win on that operator's certainly going to be interesting. We can see that he's going to take a peek on Catwalk to start things off, and we can also see that XSET are looking to maybe go for a fast play into this A site, but GENG I think will have a lot to defend this with because they're stacked towards the A side of the map.
And that's a fast play. Instant Jenny kill onto Kuzda as they fire out the Hunter's Fury. And they're flying into sight, and it's causing a bit of rotation here from XSET. Look at the rotation around from GENG here. You do have Sean just on the flank, and that may come up big.
XSET is on such a scuffed by. They got SMGs, a Stinger, 2 Spectres, a Sheriff, a Frenzy. If they win this, that's going to be huge.
The smart thing, he broke the trip, so he's suggesting that there's a flank, but he's going to help his teammates come out of tree towards that site position. There's the showstopper coming through just to buy time here from Aaron. We'll have to see if that's going to come into play now as the rest of GENG start to make their way forward. It's Michael with a double, and it's looking phenomenal right now for GENG's retake.
Oh, sick.
What is this though from Aaron? Jumping up, taking all the power away from him in a high ground position.
Stinger, no, dude. What are you doing?
All up to Aaron, but he can't
help your teammate.
Oh, these rounds, Dan.
He was so tough.
Awesome to watch.
If he fought that angle,
plays at the last moment.
That's a Stinger ang right there.
Swarmed, blast packing out of the situation, knowing you're
they almost won that.
Shots from your 6. Aaron gets up, gets 2, has to turn around with insta fights, knowing that BCJ.
I think maybe he was just hoping that they wouldn't clear him.
Well, these rounds are hectic.
They were just he was just hoping that they wouldn't clear it. The problem with that angle is you can see it.
In their favor. Another one for them there is they take
You can see like the shoulder. You can't really like fully hide in there.
Yeah, it's looking pretty crazy right now, and I'm still waiting for Win to get like an opening pick here. This might be the round as there is more mid presence early on, and Win is looking for it. And
He got 2.
Well, a quick double as he just.
Dude, what would GENG be without Sean? He is
and
every
someone has
every game he's popping off.
A 3 versus 5 this early on.
I feel like he's their most consistent player.
Somebody making a huge play. It really is as simple as that. We wanted to be that man, but unfortunately he couldn't find that opening pick he was looking for. And more info for GENG getting the spot with the drone in mid.
And that stings. He's Weeded's down to 31 HP there. He says, Sacrificial Lamb, I'll go first. See if I can find anything here on that mid area. They do have good utility to find someone, maybe single out a kill here with creating a smoke to get themselves entry to a site, but it's going to be tough. They're finding just about all the utility still available and ready out in a site from Kusta and the rest of the team ready to come back in. Quick dart to make sure they do have movement on this. That's Thwyfo's ult, but maybe just a point for BCJ here if they want to capitalize on a bit more advantage of the round. Yeah, he'll grab that for the Hunter's Fury.
Well, looks like they're just going to hold on to their guns at this point.
Thanks for the orb. Bye.
Yeah, it's always so difficult when you lose a couple players early on the attack. There's very little you can do because you have to gain space, and normally, gaining space, let's say position towards.
I feel like that's skewed because he's supposed to be the fragger.
It costs normally. It costs a player utility to get that position. It's the trade, and so when you're down to 3 players and they have 5 left.
I really think Sean could play any character and still frag. Just because you're in a duelist role doesn't mean you're gonna be. Doesn't really mean you're gonna be fragging.
Phenomenal, and
you can get away with certain plays that you wouldn't be able to get away with on another character. And the point of a duelist is that if they die, their utility is like they don't lose much for the team if they do die. If you lose like an Omen, you got no smokes. That sucks. So
one of the better maps for XSET going to be the last one here.
A duelist,
best of 3, but they've practiced them all.
People assume a duelist, their job's to get kills. No, everyone's job is to get kills. Everyone's job is to, click some heads. Their job's just to go first, really, because they're the one that can die.
With that drone,
because you can't lose them.
Have XSET now trying to speed things up. They know that GENG have
if you lose an Omen early in the round,
they're completely set up
you're
to
done.
defend this. They are in ideal positions, and it doesn't look like XSET has really an answer for those positions. As we'll get Weeder getting a frag onto Michael, and the trace come through from Wi-Fi, but still,
do you win these?
It's going to be a hell of a task to get the spike, which is down by spawn, and then get to a planting position when he's got 72 HP. And Win and Sean know exactly where he is.
Do you think teams will run double smoke with Astra? I have no idea. I know teams will run Astra. I know for a fact teams are practicing Astra right now. Will they run double smoke? I don't know. I have no idea.
Here. I don't think anybody's going to buy that you're shooting at somebody and then they peek out to get you. It's all just whether you pass their angle right now on contact.
I have retrieved the spike.
Quick grab of the spike from distance. I'm sure
they know, right?
The edge of the spike gone. No, it doesn't seem like he's left his angle at all.
He's upping that angle, so he must have seen it.
Here. This close.
He's taking so long.
To work with.
Bro, he's
camera usage that they did here, so they know he's somewhere within range, and that's the drop into sight. Dan, this is gonna make it tough.
One enemy remaining.
He's gonna find the next one in time. He knows his boathouse. Can he find the headshot? He's spraying wildly. He's gotta find it in time though. Oh man. Oh, he actually does get the kill, which is great.
That is a big kill.
That's just not gonna.
But yeah, that was a tough spot. Just like you said.
That was a little scary that Sean went in first. I don't think Sean should have. But
in favor of GENG. Definitely a great defense. Again, that drone.
Still, he just took so long.
One of those things too. When you
There's no way he was gonna win that.
Opponent's pacing when they're on the attack.
Sean should have gone first though.
You can get that information at that key moment when. You can just like that one piece of info tells you absolutely everything, then the defenders suddenly have a huge advantage, and that was what BCJ was able to, or rather, sorry, Michael was able to do for GENG.
That all door focus again. Is that Mikhail's? Seems like they'll be focusing it quite a bit just to make sure they.
Why didn't he ult? Because he knew where they were. He didn't need to ult.
Sorry, that was.
You don't need to ult if you know where your enemy is.
Fast plant on this one,
He knew one was spawn and he knew one was boathouse. He had that info. You could tell just by watching him. He had that info.
GENG back. How did they react on an immediate plant round?
Wiping for the very late lurk. Showstopper from Aaron is gonna. Oh, that's huge. Kusa had a lockdown.
In the
going to
world.
That lockdown. It might not matter though because the rest of Kusa's teammates are just forcing the issue, getting the kills. 4 versus 2 here for them as XSET are in a very, very bad position. BCJ in the dark cover. It's going to come down to great timing. The DS1 down to BCJ, and well, he won't be able to find anything.
Dan,
12 rounds now for GENG.
You said it perfectly. You know, considering the timing of the round, Spike being planted, and where a Killjoy would be at that time, that wasn't a blind, this is going to be someone. That was the Killjoy position. And then for GENG to be able to say, all right, it's guns blazing then, that was pretty awesome that they kind of just had that in their back pocket and it didn't set them back. 12-8, game point here on our first map before we move on to Haven in this best-of-3 lower bracket series. Both teams going to be fighting for their life here in the NA Valorant Masters tournament. And they have another map to go through. This one not over yet. 4 more rounds for XSET brings us into overtime. And they're going to be kind of on
okay?
Here. Utility's not all around for them.
I honestly thought he doubled them for a second. He didn't, but those were huge.
Deja vu, Dan.
All right, well.
Yeah, and I was going to say it's hard enough that the ult advantage is hugely in favor of GENG. They didn't even have to play aggressively at all. They could just try to play the retake game and just use that utility, the Hunter's Fury and the Lockdown, to massive retake ultimates to play passively.
He's going for the ace again, and dead.
That's a scary reality.
And
Win, he's working the ace
why?
Right now.
They've given up
4
already.
kills for him as he looks to finish this one off in style. I wouldn't be surprised if that has come out indeed, and him just try to charge down. We did. They might even try to knife him. Look, oh no, this is just the worst thing possible for Weed.
Yeah, get rid of it, please.
Know exactly where he is. Oh,
end it with an ace.
To finish off the first map from Win, 13-8, and
you could tell when a team's already given up by exactly what just happened there. That is a tilter, is what that is. When you see people one by one peeking an op, when they know the op's there, especially, that's a tilter. They've given up. Like, we've been there. I've been there. I'm sure you guys have been there.
The toss up where they can take GENG.
I don't know where my Wormwood table is. I have no clue.
And if GENG doesn't have a sentinel on this, that's Kusta's job. So they're just kind of maybe thinking if it's the Cypher is usually the play for Haven, or maybe it will be something else. But that means push up, right? When you
can I have one? Sony,
squad, you are hitting the flanks almost every round from defense.
You stand more than you sit. You're gonna be all right.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that the way that GENG play their attack, I think it's pretty predictable at this point. If you've watched any of their games, which I'm sure that XSET will have done, and that might be part of the reason why they're starting off on the defense as well, because the flow tends to be, mid-centric defaulting, like early rounds, some C-long pressure into like a late rounds A-hit type of. That's kind of the flow that you're looking at if you're playing against GENG's attack. So we'll see exactly what happens in terms of XSET's ways to deal with that, because it would be cool to see them playing aggressively in mid.
What's your opinion on character skins? I think they could work.
The way that you also play it is that they.
But you got to tread carefully when introducing character skins. I think they could work.
So I think one of the ways you can get edges against them is being disruptive and in meeting them head on. However, GENG has the confidence right now, and maybe XSET aren't quite feeling that as much. So I'm hoping that we'll see some cool setups early round in mid, aggressively from the defense of XSET.
I like that you bring up the confidence, because you need that, really. I mean, it shouldn't say you need that. It helps to.
Oh, I thought my headset died. I was like, no, I charged it, I swear. Why no Brimstone? I don't know. I think Brimstone's really good. Everyone uses Omen, and I think it's because of the paranoia plus being able to throw smokes on the run and having a longer range. The problem with Brimstone is you kind of have to be in the location to drop a smoke. But with Omen, you could be almost on the other side of the map. It's pretty. I think that's a pretty important detail.
Like they are going to have a little bit of love for mid to start here, like you were hoping, Dan.
But I think Brimstone's pretty good.
Yeah,
it's kind of a bummer that everyone stopped using him.
Get out of this.
I think he's solid.
we see initially GENG actually spotting that and like, okay, we don't really want a part of this. They're going to fall back out towards A very quickly on this pistol. And Kooks is leading the charge. Will take down BCJ. So that will help them to open up some position. Maybe have some breathing room to plant this
Just
spike.
jumping around.
However, XSET do have players in from spawn. Oh, GENG though, answering back nicely. Looking like they have a huge...
Is the overlay
advantage.
messed
They try
up?
to
I'm
get the
confused.
plant down. Also trying to fake it because
There's like 4 people dead,
on
but I only see 1. What is happening?
4 seconds, they're down a man.
Hello?
And
Oh, there we go.
He's just ravaging the defense right now.
That was really confusing.
XSET, they got wiped clean, pretty much.
Taking them out with the Reyna.
Will Astra replace Omen, though? I have no clue. That is a question I don't have the answer to. I think potentially on some maps, yes.
Mid, right? And then
But
you felt the utility of something else. So you're saying, wait.
it may be more likely that you'll just see both of them in play on certain teams.
So really quick on the fly play.
That's the beauty of this game. There's so many different styles of play and the way teams have comps and like I was talking to Tyler about it and he said like I don't want to call anything out though. You know, I got to tread carefully here. Hold on. Let me think about my thoughts for a second.
GENG exactly what they need to do now. So that's pretty much over now for this anti-eco. With that said though, and maybe XSET
Okay, yeah, I could just talk about this. That's fine. I was thinking about saying something a little further, but I don't want to leak any potential strats or any potential anything. Okay, but I was talking to Tyler,
and you're not really
and he said like one of the harder things about this game when he's scrimming and they're practicing against other teams is that there's always a different comp. Every team you play against, there's always something different. They're not running the same agents. They're constantly trying new agent setups and what might be better, what may be worse. And they're constantly having to adjust to all these different team comps.
Should have weapons on both sides here. We'll see how XSET
So that being said, there's a lot of different play styles that these teams have, and they're always testing new stuff. So Astra, I'm sure, is being tested right now, and will it be a part of people's comp? Probably. Maybe not on every map, but it probably will.
So we'll see how they decide to rotate off of this, and it looks like Thwyfo is going to have to stay and see a little longer depending on what happens.
Yeah, I like this from XSET playing sort of retake on B, trying to get that aggression towards A lobby. They know it's a pretty good shot, that early round timings, that this will be somewhat free for them. B's going to go to GENG, as we expected. And now it just comes down to, you know, this is something that XSET would have probably expected.
Tyler Skadaddy Latham.
But it's hard to hold to this side of things. There's no flanking though, so there's no A lobby push, there's no window control or grass control coming from XSET. That might make things a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, I love it. I think we saw, obviously people do it, but I know we saw Sentinels doing this quite a bit.
He didn't even get the kill.
Dash in there with the jet, get out.
Oh, he's doing such a good job staying alive. Oh my god.
But wait, XSET making a fight for this one is
huge. They won the bonus, dude. I don't know. This might be a clean one. GENG's gonna take this map over.
But you gotta love it. In and out, you know they're gonna have to pressure it.
What about Yoru? What would you change on him? Oh, I don't know.
3-0 GENG.
Yeah, I really love this when you're on the bonus as well and you have the SMGs because, as you say, you know that you're going to get the plant, so that's going to draw guaranteed fights to you in some spots where maybe you don't feel like you have a lot of advantages, but you get the spike money and you are going to force fights. And if you get some good timings, you might win the round. So it's like a great way to play the bonus. And yeah, we're still going to see a spec there on Michael. So economy definitely looking great for GENG as XSET certainly on the back foot on another eco round. Bucky for Weededs. We see a frenzy on Puro. Sheriff on, or I think there was a Sheriff in the mix. Yeah, there we go. Onto BCJ and Thwyfo. So there is some firepower here for XSET. And you can see that they're almost anticipating a similar play, at least in the early timings. But there is a tripwire there to alert them to that.
Like Yoru's ult is good. Yoru's footsteps are good.
Backing up to see if they can get the close angles now for
Yoru's flashes are questionable. And his teleport
next round definitely want to see XSET pushing up a little
can
bit.
only really be
They
used
focus
one
on
way.
suffered against FaZe.
So maybe
FaZe
opening
playing
up
for
his
ground and
teleport
know they can
and
get
making
somewhere
his
almost
flashes a
safely.
little more consistent.
But for this eco,
Maybe that's
it's
the
all about
fix?
damage XSET can do to Gen G's
Maybe.
economy. Aaron takes one
That's
down there as they come in. Looks like it'll be the 3v3, but hard to take.
Yeah, and it's such a smart rotation
30
too from
seconds
Gen
left.
G, because in the middle of all of this, of course, we can see the lurk from Win
Yep.
able to take a lot of control, and he's actually trying to attack the safe rotation through spawn from the defenders. Wow, that's a great swing from Thwyfo, able to take down Win. That's a very important kill, and that's going to allow them to get quickly onto the site. And they know that there's no time here for Gen G. Gen G have to plant immediately. There's no messing
Your
around,
result has
which
no
kind of
impact? I
guarantees
disagree. I think
a
your
faster
result is
rotation
good.
to
I
attack
think it has a lot of
the
impact.
as they know that the closer positions for them.
I think it just depends on the
Gonna be
playstyle of the
taken. They know
team.
Garage is free, and here comes the attempt to split onto the sites.
Enemy remaining.
MD will get caught
I
in
think
the
his
back, and
his
looks like Mike will get caught quite
his
badly
flash
as well,
his
so
flash is
that's a
good.
very
It's just
important round for XSET to pick
extremely
up. Very well played by them.
extremely
I think both
difficult
teams
to use
played
in
this round
comparison to
correctly.
all the other characters in
Yeah,
the game.
that was,
Like when you think about the
amazing
flashes that are in
confidence.
this
No one
game, you
rushing
think
in,
about
without the
breach,
control,
aim at a wall,
knowing
click.
What's gonna happen first? Everybody
It's on the other
looked
side of
what
it.
they needed to, and that dart
Omen.
that Waifu was
Aim in
able
a
to
direction
find
and click.
on, I believe GMD
Just goes in a
was
line.
that Kind of,
Phoenix,
put a nail in the
curve.
coffin for that one. Really good
like
utility skills.
Skies is a little bit more complicated, but that also might be why she's not used as much too, because like you throw this bird and you gotta fly it around.
Here comes the
And with Yoru, you have to like, you're not just thinking about flashing, you're thinking, how do I flash for my teammate or myself,
This
but
is
also
gonna be
make it a good
interesting. There
flash?
is
Because if it bounces
possibility
poorly,
for a forward paranoia as
I screwed
well
it up.
as a dash, but it is of course the operator.
a lot
so
of this game is made to be easy, not much lineups, not much thought
Force
behind
back.
it. Just
the
do
press
it.
is so quick, Garage takes
But with
everything.
Yoru,
Sean gonna pop
throwing
the
his flash, you
all
have to
charges
truly
against
think
the
about
space.
how you're
It's
going to do
requiring
it,
his job
or else
to-
you could really fuck up the
Also
round.
Really slowing things down here. XSET are
That's a
managing
big
this
problem.
situation pretty effectively, but the jiggle against
IMO.
That's not going to work out for Pura. And now suddenly, huge ground game by Gen G. Aaron able to take one back with a showstopper. Weeded with the look,
Well
with the smoke,
played.
double, and it's looking very
Ooh.
difficult now suddenly for Gen G. But Sean coming in from the back is changing everything. As Kusta takes down Weeded, there's nothing left.
I'm surprised Kusta peeked that.
Wow,
He was giving him the win.
I mean, Long C is obviously one of the op havens, if you will, on Haven. But to just see the dry peaks on each other, that's not normal. That was Spira was trying to say I got this, and Win said no, I have the way longer angle, easy shot. You would have expected.
Have you
that
met
maybe
Sova? Well,
to come
Sova's
from
the
top
exception,
of the
clearly.
C box, but it goes either way, right? Pure
You
hit
could
that
tell
shot
that
and
Sova's the
talks about
exception.
it.
The others are
It is
simplified,
4-1 now as
easy.
Gen G kind of staves off
Throw it.
losing more than one here against XSET. Keep that advantage in their favor. XSET forced back onto a semi-buy.
Fighting one tag, but that is that for now. And you can see things are slowed down a lot here for Gen G on the default, just trying to see if there's going to be any early aggressions coming in from XSET. XSET playing quite passively themselves as well, leaving the Cypher util towards A long
Yeah.
and short just to be the info, the sole information for them. So right now, XSET don't have
What
really
if-
any
okay,
information.
so
It's just what the
I'm
Cypher
still
can
thinking
may
about
see.
Yoru because you guys got my brain juices moving. What if his flash, you know when you throw it against something
Difficult to
and then
play
it's
comfortable
flying
after
and then
that.
it hits the wall
So
and then the flash
maybe
goes
feel
off?
comfortable at the shots when they get in
What
the
if
sight,
that
but
part
using
when
your
you throw the
utility
Yoru
as soon
flash,
as
you know how it's
see
flying
somebody,
through the
they're
air
already
before it hits a
questioning
wall?
entry, and
What
it's
if the
like
enemy
defending
can't see that, your
too
team can,
late
and the
here,
second it
well
hits the
into
wall,
the A.
that's when the enemy
Right side,
team
and
can
Dean
truly
Lewis
see,
is not gonna connect
oh, the
much,
flash is
forced to
coming.
fake that as the- from the shadows gets
Because
canceled
part of the
out.
reason why
Now
it's so
it is
easy to
just
dodge
here,
is
so
you see it
Gen G
coming, it
already
hits the
in
wall,
XSET
you
trying to
turn,
perform another
move on.
mistake. Let's see how they do it with one
But if
shot,
it
though,
hit
that
the
was
wall,
damage.
and now you can see it, it makes it more like a Phoenix flash.
Awkward stuff for them on the retake is Curious.
That is literally how it works? No, you can see it flying.
Into the cage there. We'll get taken down. BCJ,
You can see it
and we
flying
get
through the
one
air.
Kill that Sean is going to annihilate the rest. Easy hold for Gen G. They are looking indomitable on their
It's
attacking
invisible
half
until
so
it
far,
bounces.
5-1.
Oh my
And
god.
it
So it's
doesn't
just
seem
slow,
to be
so then it just
improving
pops
for
too
XSET.
slowly. If that's the
It's a
case,
tough one, you know,
if that's the
XSET
case, it
did
pops too
really
slowly.
passively,
that
and
this it's the
that
world's
was
slowest
that.
flash,
It's
if that's the
not really
case. I didn't know it was
playing
invisible
really
until it popped.
passively. in a situation like this.
That's
where the other team
crazy.
slowed the pace down so much.
Oh yeah,
they're trying
I mean
to
that's the
punish you
answer right
playing
there.
the
Then
animation.
I had no
It's
idea.
just those retakes are not working.
World's
out.
slowest flash.
Yeah, I think the consideration of
My bad.
passively also
Yeah, just make it pop faster.
Also has to be thought about what ults
Make it
are
pop
ready.
faster.
With
Make it
Extra
thinner.
Fury there,
Make it thinner
drive
so it's not
there
such a
into
big
the defense entry point on
blob.
aim. You have
And
no way to help
make it
somebody
pop
from
faster.
default box.
That might help.
Heaven might be already smoked off, so being that far back, having the ult
Kusta just dueling.
back, just
God, my
adds to it.
eyeball.
Makes it difficult without considering
Stop.
those heading into the round. 5-1. See what alts might be up here. That Blade Storm as well as GMDs from the shadows. We'll see if they use that at all. It's Waifo's Neuralink already down here. So it looks like
I'll test it. I'll test it because I don't believe chat. Well, I half believe them.
Some trades come through, but it's quickly over.
Dude, they are
Just had too
owning.
much. Nice anti-eco again. Really
I'm not
good
gonna lie, I'm
control
not paying
from
attention to this
shenanigans
match.
of XSET.
I'm just talking about
I was really
Yoru.
looking forward to seeing we did accomplishing something in the dark cover with the Bucky, but not to be. 6-1. It just continues this dominance from GENG. Of course, there's still an opportunity for XSET to turn things around, but really it should start here. And off the bat, we're not seeing anything too unusual from their initial setups. The Cypher util is mostly towards the C site there. Looking to hold the backside if there is to be a finish on the C side. But again, mid pressure coming in as expected. A very fast lurk though from Kusta into short B. Oh, wow. Okay. GMD gets caught immediately by we did there. So some of these plays not working out.
What if
pretty well.
Yoru's flashes? I mean, they could do this with any character, but what if there was a flash character that was like a setup flasher? As weird as that sounds, like what if you like you looked at an area, you clicked on it, and then if you click it again, you know, like a Cypher cage, how it pops up? Oh my god. They're zoning. They're zoning. What if there's a character that you set up flashes, and you go, okay, flash here, you click the button again, and it pops from the ground or wall or wherever. That'd be interesting. I don't think it'd be very good, but it'd be interesting.
Position to creep around the side though in the chaos, and XSET will finish it off. So it's an interesting one, Riv, because XSET, it's not as though they.
How was that breach? No, that's not like breach, because breach you click and it goes. I'm talking about like you're literally setting up your flashes.
By GENG that didn't work out, and so in that sense, you know what you're always looking for.
Similar to a Sentinel.
In XSET's position is how can they replicate this success?
But instead of it being damage,
Sean, who,
it's a flash.
You know, didn't manage to do what he wanted with that run it back, and then obviously the very.
Dude, something's in my eye, and it's. I'm gonna rip my eye out. I think.
Through as well, that was punished by we did. So XSET. I mean, it is something though. They get another round on the board. How can they keep it going?
They like playing with fire. That's just it. More power to them. Let's see if it works. They're going into round number 9. How do they push? Oh, there it is. A little bit of push down long. That sonar allows them to get a bit more info. They can start to organize now. We're going to see Aaron probably push off, and now they.
This is going to be such an easy take for GENG. Oh my god, he's going to get this guy. Yep, he's going to get this guy. Yep. Well, he didn't get him, but someone else did. That's over. This round's over. 7-2. How much to say about this? They should save. Simple as that.
XSET didn't know what hit him. That initial duel on long, that Omen battle, was really where things started to get out of hand. It was a great swing from GMD, taking down we did in the 1v1, and just that fast control. That was the opportunity. That then a quick play into Garage, the run it back coming through from Sean. They were just ready to pounce off of that frag.
Flashing Betty.
Putting XSET back in a very tough position again. For XSET, it's either the case that they can challenge the default early on, or they play really passive. When they've been playing passive, their retakes haven't been working out, and they've not quite found the success there. There has been some close rounds in that regard, but generally they haven't found success there. And when they're trying to attack early on, we saw it in that last round, it backfired and they got punished as well. So it's almost feeling like for XSET right now, you know, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't.
Right, you see him trying to sort out who can buy, who can't. It's been a little jarred. I mean, that'll happen when you got somebody saving and blade storming and then buying. So you work around those, the sheriffs, to help them a little bit longer of range. But a full save for Thwyfo there with the expensive cost of Cypher utility. Round 10. We've just started off on this one. Map number 2. Quinn's going to open it up on a Thwyfo a little bit too far.
I hate that. I hate jump spotting.
Almost the push as well from Pure to get a kill.
I hate it. I'd rather just hold an angle and be surprised at the whole team running up than jump spotting. Jump spotting makes me so nervous.
It's this time GenG's not in a position.
Unless it's a round where you know they can't have an op. But if you know they can have an op, I would never do it.
There's a lot of time left.
It's so risky.
So what they can do here is they can, as you can see, they're forcing a lot of fear towards that A site, that there's a big rotation for the defenders. Then they can just go into the spots on the map that are open, such as B or C, and that's exactly what's happening right now. Completely out of position on the defense, XSET, and GenG will walk into the B site for free. Sean is clearing it out, and they don't have to commit the spike here as well. They can maybe force some mistakes here. They're faking the plant initially, trying to get someone to jump out, and there comes the push. Aaron's going to call out the showstopper.
Oh my god, he whipped so hard. He just, Sean just turns around, one clicks him, and moves on. That's really funny. That was really cool. Oh, he flew up in the air.
However, Aaron trying to do what he can to Kale. On point with that aim. Eagle eye between the eyes of Aaron. There's the sonar. Fake plant twice. He can still have the ping on him. This is up to BCJ.
Nice try.
And a very, very big round to possibly make it a 7-5 here on the first half.
Yeah, that was really well played. I think it's interesting because, you know, GenG could have played that out in the mid rounds in one of two ways. They opted to go for B, and it was quite smart because they knew that XSET were in a pretty tough position, and that
do you think this game's gonna have a lot of agents, or do you think they're gonna stop at some time?
So
I have no idea.
To actually force a push through the dark cover whilst they were holding.
I actually don't know. I don't know. I'm sure they'll have tons of agents, but I don't think it's gonna be anything like, you know, League of Legends or anything.
Back here as we get an aggressive push on C long from XSET. If this works out, that could be huge, but that one cam, the value is insane. They get 2 off of the back of that, and it's again another desperate scenario for XSET.
They're getting obliterated. Just C-split, C-split.
It's going to be a 4v2 as the rest of GenG just create chaos and space, making their way in. BCJ and Thwyfo now doing their damnedest to get these guns out of the hands of GenG. Give themselves
I think making a character in this game is way more tricky than making a character in League.
Great stuff there from Michael again. Well, the 7-5 is not going to happen at this rate. It's looking like it could very well be a 9-3 XSET. It just seems like anything that they try is not working out. This was a great play, I think, to try to make, because they know that C long has been very consistently played for in these defaults from GenG. So trying to take the push there, I think, was really smart.
Yeah.
But they were in a spot where either they had to commit there, or, well, they probably just had to commit there, even though the cam was up. It's just so tough to make that call. It just feels impossible, honestly. I don't think you can fault them from trying to back away at that point and abort.
A slow A here with the Sova drone over towards C. Nice paints to start off. I love the push from Aaron. Oh, through the wall, takes a shot to the shoulder. Aaron's going to try to push. Kusta is more.
They're just winning on individual fights. The fact that Kusta gets 2 there, and they're pushed up, kind of like, they're playing a 3A setup here. They're literally playing 3A. They're fighting for that storage room, and
yeah, it's huge.
They still lose. Like, they're just getting out-aimed. Like, that's it. That's all that's happening here. They're literally just getting out-skilled, out-aimed. Pew pew headshots.
It's pretty rough. It is pretty rough. Paranoia is available though for Weeded. Looks like he's just going to send it straight through. Site. I mean, there's so many spots that they can be standing in. It's just very difficult. They'll both go down instantly. So 9-3 at the end of the first half for GenG, and it feels pretty disheartening if you're XSET for sure, because there was a lot of things I think that they did right, but they just couldn't win the fights. They didn't get the timings they were looking for, and GenG just performed extremely well on some of their entries as well. Like, Sean has some great entries into the sides off of the run it back. The holds like this were just really, really strong. So GENG looking like they're outclassing, just simply outclassing XSET currently.
The post-plant crossfire.
So right now it's looking like XSET's going to be the first team to leave this Masters tournament. Man, anything can happen after this pistol, but I don't know. When you're down like this, it's just it hurts. It hurts your soul, your mental. It just you know.
Again, but it seems to just be too much weight right now, as he can't seem to find the frags. And GENG is getting the better of him in these
I
raids.
think that was a miss.
Here we are.
I don't know
on to
though.
our second. Let's see what they have for pistol down.
Looking like garage control might be the order of the day here for XSET, but GENG definitely have the ability to play retake on C.
Ooh.
I think
They could win this pistol.
To survive that paranoia is going to be money. So that's going to be the thing that will allow his teammates to just retake really effectively here. There goes the paranoia.
Oh my God, they're going so quick!
Holy!
Holy!
To open it up, Sean to back him up, and it's looking strong at the beginning at least. But XSET, they answer back really strong as well. And it's now some
Oh,
day here, but he'll get
that was quick.
Down. XSET hanging on by a thread, but they do hang on, and that's round 4 on the board for them.
Talking about Pure a little bit, it is not setting him back mentally that he's down there. It doesn't matter. He's still doing a great job. Was a big component of why that round was a win. Getting in, opening up the plant, and then staying alive for the time that he did, so BCJ can come up with that other shot for help. They stay in it, 9-4. That first one's hopefully going to rack them up a few more, is what they're thinking. And we'll see how they start this off with a quick dart to just see if there's...
Do you have a favorite player to watch?
It's gonna be C though.
Oh, man.
Honestly, I think it's Baby Bay.
Oh, this is the spot.
You don't know what you're gonna get when you watch him.
Well, maybe not. That's interesting. We have a round on our hands now because you can see the run here from.
I really enjoy watching Spider too.
Because they know.
I really enjoy watching Spider.
Long, so they know their own
Just a shame they didn't make it.
Is going to be rush A. So, and they have the man advantage. This could be doable here for GENG.
You love to see these gamble rounds, DDK, and how they might play out. It really stretches the team thin as they start to enter the site. Trades going back and forth.
That was expected.
And it's
fine.
Be a quick round for XSET.
That's great for them. You know, they convert, and it is funny because
screw face
made on C-Long, but at the same time, it's almost a double-edged sword because it allows the team that's on the buy to be actually able to just take a side for free. And usually in rounds like that, when you're on pistols, it feels impossible to retake with only pistols. But either way, into the buy rounds, obviously there are some specters still in play, and that's something that I'm sure GENG will be counting on.
Up to A. How does XSET play this one? Trying to see if anybody's grabbing info right to the smoke. Jet on jet action and pure.
That sucks, man. He got tagged and tagged and tagged, just slowed and 1 HP. By the time the smoke faded, he had 1 health. Or 11 or whatever.
Paranoid, and we're going on A.
Dude, no way he holds this. No way he holds. Okay, that's solid. 2 is solid.
GENG, that's going to allow them to have a very solid retake.
Wow.
Aaron trying to go forwards, trying to take the action straight to the defenders, but it's now down to the Wi-Fi, and the spike is not even planted. Didn't have time, didn't have space.
That Sova did.
It's GENG 10 and XSET.
I mean, he did damn good. So it sucks that their jet was so far up and didn't even get any point of damage. But the plus side of that is she saw so many people in short A that they were just so confident. There was already 3 on A by the time they even got into A. So, like, yeah, it sucks that it didn't do any damage or whatever, but there was so much info right there. So much. I think that's part of that's XSET's fault for even committing. When you see 4, when you see 4 on the radar, you are crunching hard. He killed someone with a shock dart? Oh my god. What is happening?
That was, I don't know if it was intended that way, but it ended up being such a bait. Oh my
Depresso
god.
espresso.
That feels pretty rough. If you're XSET again, I feel like I've been saying that a lot, and they're forced to go for mid play here. Kusta takes down Weeded. It gets
He's
worse.
going for more.
They
Why
need that
not?
pick to find
You got
at least
numbers.
force some
Just do it.
rotation, and
Oh, never mind. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Extra to work with. Viper at least takes that.
Come on, you just lost a player.
Forward play, and that's going to be capitalized upon. XSET finding the forward timings now. BCJ punishing due to that fact, and there goes the B plant. Still
not enough respect is given.
As Sean works his way in from garage.
And I hate it.
Oh, they have to go now. They know exactly what's going on. Thanks to the neural theft, Queen is going to be coming forward, and BCJ's taking
Kusta.
confident battles.
Come on, man.
XSET needs these
Ah!
rounds. Actually,
That was a nice round by BCJ.
Looking good for them. Win obviously has Blade Storm, and there's a run it back, so they could probably expect something towards
You told them to
Garage
do
this
it.
time, but
Well, yeah,
I
okay.
feel like a lot of what Gen G's been able
At
to
first,
work off
the
of
smoke
is
went
Mikhail
down.
having great
5v2.
games so far.
All right,
He's
yeah,
been
sure.
on
Go for one.
causing
Whatever.
so
Just
much disruption
walk through the smoke.
Quinn and
His
Sean
teammate
and they're
died
working
like
with
3
that
seconds
field
beforehand,
being
got
able to
spammed through
break
the smoke, and then he
momentum,
still
get into
chose
the
to
site,
do
and
it.
really,
That's the
mess
mistake.
around with how
I mean, in all honesty, you shouldn't be doing it anyway, but to do it after your teammate died, that's even more of a mistake, you know what I mean?
Long benefits XSET here and see how they can get in.
Doesn't matter, dude. This guy's... Oh, never mind. He was getting kind of crazy.
Just for a second, your heart drops. You think it's possible. Win does get shut down, though. He's been imperious so far in this series. And XSET looking like they're going to be able to deal with this, though. The spike will be planted. Not really the power of weaponry for GMD or his teammate. Michael sitting also... Well, it is a sheriff, but...
They died at the exact same time. No, they didn't, bro.
And the
Kusta
pressure
was just
through
about
the
to walk into the
suppressing
smoke, and his
fire
teammate got 2-tapped through the
will
smoke.
keep the defenders
At that point, he had
arm's
plenty of
length
time to
enough.
back off and just play an angle. Just saying.
And I love this in a great...
How slow do you
decisive
think some
play
people's
from
minds
XSET.
are? They're not that slow.
Sending it
All
up
right?
C-long, running into a couple players.
There's plenty time.
That's a bit of fortune on their end, and it's again, it's really encouraging to see that. I feel like on the first half, they did get a little bit unfortunate, so it's good to see some of that serendipity going their way this time.
I feel like they had the all right, we got this deep breath conversation a few rounds ago. It just seems like they're playing much more comfortable. Those corner checks aren't just like jump.
Little comeback?
They're trying to get out of. They're fully committing with a few people behind them.
If XSET can win this round, their money's gonna...
continue to do this.
Gen
They feel
G's
like
money's
Long
gonna be
G's
kind of
gonna
iffy.
peak again. They say, all right,
It's a big
let's
round.
take the fight.
Very big
Even
round.
If we drone first, we have the advantage. Last time it was a Roomba, and it does look like it'll be drone first. Smoke comes out, and they can't really take advantage of too much here. Oh my!
He's just fighting, dude.
That's a very quick and very important trade there from
Good
Fury.
dodge, good dodge.
Oh, Kusta just dodging the Hunter's Fury. Now they probably shouldn't commit at this point. Too much time has passed since those initial engagements. They know the rotation is in, so they're holding position and they're hoping that either they get a peek for info from the defenders, they get a kill, then go in, or enough time passes and the defenders will have to rotate off if they don't get info, and that's what they're waiting for. One of those two options.
Still have Quinn hanging out over on A. Vandal's ready. And it looks like he may be the first one to find the next bit of action, unless mid is going to be what's hit. Like you said, Cam there really nicely plays for B. They don't have to offer too much aggression from the defensive side, so they can stay floating. But it actually
They're
looks like
still
they're
so
kinda
set
reading
up
it
for the
here.
C hit.
Mikhail thinks he's going to be seeing something soon. XSET is so ready to just play this one out to the last 20 seconds. They're going to put the pressure on and make Gen G play this a little sweaty.
I think this
Okay,
is
this
really
is
smart.
this is
They
pretty good
forced-
timing. They got the
forced
Sova that
Fury to
leaned
spot where they
towards
have to
A.
play 2 to a site.
So
And
it's not
if they
3
get
to
these
C,
initial
it's 2 to
entries, they'll
C.
win the round, but it comes down to that.
Well
They're gonna
done.
Take down GMD's up to Kusta. 70
Oh
points.
my god.
And just like that, Kusta, he could have saved the day. The spike has to be grounded.
They didn't expect another.
Behind the planter, but can BCJ keep himself alive? The drone.
BCJ though, he's
Get
kind of a
tagged.
legend
There's no way to stop that.
in his
He's in a
craft.
hell of a lot of trouble in this position. BCJ is up against everything right
Oh,
now.
no.
He's been
Oh,
shut
no.
by his teammates to speed, but it's even better for Gen G. Thanks
All right,
to
it-
Kusta
you know,
with a insane
It made
trio
up
of
for it.
kills
The
from
5v2,
nowhere.
you know, he got the 3. It's fine.
That was incredible, that round. You feel like you have the world on top of
Do you
your
think C is
shoulders as soon as
easiest
your
to take
teammate
on
goes
Haven?
down.
Well, no, technically
Doing
B
so
is, but
much work.
B is
You know,
just
back in the day
damn near
when
impossible
you
to
do
hold
2
after
and
the
you kill
fact.
2, you've done your job. You get in a third one, you're basically winning the round for your team.
That all
Just like
depends.
that. So props to Kusta.
Like, it all depends on the setup
Yeah,
of
and
the
he got that
defensive
third one
team.
too. He
Like, you
was still
can
holding down mouse
you can
one
say
and
A is
started
easiest to
running
take, B,
with it.
C,
So,
but
yeah,
like,
it's so insane,
imagine if
like
there's a
how
bunch of tripwires and a
that third
camera
kill
and a
comes into
killjoy
being, and it
something
just
here.
changed
all in
the
one
rounds.
spot. Now that
Maybe
site just became a lot
this
harder to
game,
hit.
That could be the moment that really tips the game now. It felt like XSET were really on track, but we'll see if they can recover from that.
Beauty of the game, really.
It won't mean too much if they can win this round. And they're actually just going for it towards A. They're not defaulting. They're not playing it slow. They're just going for the commitment towards A. But there's 3 players here.
Oh my god, I thought he was going to whiff that.
Without any return, this could help GENG.
Jesus!
There's no util there for XSET. There was a nade, a
Oh
showstopper,
my
and
goodness.
Where are the smokes? Where's the distraction? Where's the chaos? Of course GENG is going to hit these shots.
Oh my.
That's really rough for XSET, just because that was just a great read from GENG. They
had
were
so
gambling
many
that early in the early round timings. It was more likely there would be a lot of action towards the A site, and that was just a phenomenal read. And you can see that XSET had no idea that there would be 3 players here. They're hoping that there's going to be 1 player, maybe like that there's going to be a light hold and a retake setup, something like that. But it was far from that, of course.
GENG's making it look clean. Credit to them.
There's 2 things about that round. 1, I'm a little unsure why there was 3A. And 2,
rounds here in the second half, and they're
I also don't know if XSET, like, were they quiet from the start of the round? I think they were, and that could have made it a little obvious. Usually on Haven T side, you're spamming through the doors, you're shooting some recon, maybe mid, you're maybe getting long C orb. I imagine they did none of that, so it made it kind of obvious. That's my guess. I don't really know, though. Just my guess.
It's going to have the Hunter's Fury now as well.
Yeah.
And so there's definitely some opportunities. That Sean on the run it back, though, that's something that scares me for XSET's chances. I feel like that could be very dangerous. After that initial pressure, though, they will reset back out, running towards the A side of the map here. And how long will it take GENG to sort of realize this? At the moment, GENG are maybe expecting that XSET will just sit and then re-exec into the C side of the map.
Right.
See, now they're hitting A and they're walking. They're doing the same thing as last round, but they're not doing it in the first 10 seconds.
GENG is starting to piece it together.
There's already been a minute passing, so it's a little less obvious. But as you could tell, like, they were already on the way. They were literally already on the way. Ooh, so close.
Right off the bat, so they push GENG back into it, and now they've gained a bit of ground. We did gonna throw that spike down, and now the post plant is on for XSET.
Yeah, they did a really good job to get into this position.
Leprado, yo.
Holding some of these sites have been very difficult against GENG. They are playing out of
good luck.
They run it back again.
All right, good luck.
There it is. He gets popped by Sean as he makes his way forward, trying to clear space, trying to trade out for his teammates.
That's it.
Not going to happen, though.
That's all I got.
Good right now for XSET, holding on to things. Sean is the last left, and he's going to be the last to fall in the round as XSET come to completion, and they managed to save themselves, bringing themselves up another round. They're trying to come back in this one. They're going to have to force an overtime. It is an uphill struggle, to say the least, for XSET, but at least they're still in it.
Absolutely. It's so great to see that mentality shift is still positive, or not even mental shift if it's still there.
They walking down long C with an op and a rifle?
To not lose. They're still playing to win. They're getting into the sites.
And they're trying to split C fast? Is that what I'm seeing? Or what are they doing? Taking garage quickly?
Slow them down here. A neural uplink if they lose someone early, but they do.
No, they're just kind of holding mid right now. Oh. Oh, yo, wow.
Seeing that Hunter's Fury use
it's a risky peek.
and open up these sites. Sean with a good push to start here.
Yeah, that's a great catch from Aaron there. And you may expect to have seen Weeded actually holding the C-long push. It's more typical of the Omens to use the
Cypher trap ruins this for Sean.
From the Rays. So
that Omen needs to leave ASAP.
And it's a reset back into the A site. And Michael's able to pick up an orbit to get his Hunter's Fury this round as well. So we know that that's very useful on the retakes. There's no run it back left available. So in terms of the ultimate economy,
they should have.
And it is
I'm a little worried for XSET, even though they have numbers.
From the
but we'll
shadows
see.
To clear things, Weeded now has that held position. But Kusta, can he cause any problems here with this Odin from heaven?
Shots start coming in. Here's the chaos coming in from one of those Hunter's Furies. Remembers BCJ's is back and still
Nobody's
safe.
flanking.
He's
Wow.
running. He is heading for the high hills right now, and he's going to start firing it off. This is going to go towards the entry, slowing down the entry instead of the post plant. They don't even want GENG in that spike site, and it's a good hold so far. It looks like XSET may have this one locked down.
Oh, great trades coming through from XSET. They did an excellent job, and I think you made such a good point there, Riv, about using that Hunter's Fury to
I didn't
delay
expect.
the push.
I didn't expect them to play
Especially
retake.
that timing, we did had just.
I was
died,
expecting them to
so
fight
it's
for it a
pretty
little bit.
Good to just give some breathing room to the remainder of XSET so they can position in a way that's beneficial after losing that player and sort of reset that situation and allow themselves to take more control, burn more time. So it just you know, a lot of people might think.
Why not save
especially in the
Silva
matchmaking,
for the
you play more
diffuse?
for yourself, and you're going to be saving
Eh,
that.
I think it's
for when
fine
they
to
get
use
onto
it
the
that
spike.
way.
If you're going to, you know, you got teammates alive, don't allow them to even get on the spike.
Gotta love it. Little innovations, the min-maxing.
Holy.
Here, all the
Well,
way
eco
to
round getting
Valorant.
crazy.
Still
End it with an ace again. End it with an ace. Come on.
Oh, okay.
Do it.
Win. He's
Just
getting
do it.
pretty aggressive here. Let's see what he can do. Nope.
Juking the drone there.
Oh.
This is a little bit
Camera
scary.
everywhere.
Oh, you got to be very careful of what Wynn's able to accomplish. You can see that XSET are trying to take this slow. They've got lots of time. They don't need to rush things here. It's actually GENG that are feeling a little bit more like, okay, we've got to do something in this timing before they start moving towards the site. They've got players in position. It's a bit of a stalemate right now, but Wynn dropping the smoke, suggesting maybe that he's repositioning away from that smoke. And now Kusa's creeping up. This is extremely scary because if Kusa finds one, that's a problem. But XSET looks like they're good for the frags.
Well done.
And I think
It's always good to bait a raise like that. Just satchel out, fly around the corner.
Might get one with this.
The raise died, but the team got the
Ion
kills.
cannon,
So
Yeah, free headshots, as I always say. A lot of those plays we just saw as well made on the opportune time of just something else happening on
no way
the
Sean
map.
wins
Actually,
this
we gotta
though.
Focus on Sean here. Always gonna make some moves. Almost able to hit that off of the tracer fire on Thwyfo as he takes a bit of damage. But yeah, knowing there was such a hold there from Thwyfo on Quinn pushed up. But the moment Mikhail was able to find a kill and there was disruption on the screen, right? Something coming up, a frag, that's when Thwyfo peaked. The moment you might be thinking about something else, you have to use
GENG is
those
over here
moments to advantage
sweating.
in any
It's getting closer and closer.
Yeah, and this round we'll see a
He's
different
op
position
peeking
from Wynn,
short.
the operator.
The Jet is op
Previously, he
peeking
was working
short.
too long. He's going back to short. It looks like he may get aggressive, and XSET have been trending much more towards the A lobby side of the map, so he might get an opening pick.
This is
here,
so
and that
important.
could
Watch the
really
Jet. Watch the
cripple
Jet. Yeah, yeah.
beginning of this
Oh,
round.
never
Actually,
mind.
just dropping the because we saw the boombot coming through, so he has to give up that play. That's actually huge, and that's going to give a long control to XSET. They do have C long control as well. They've got mid as well. So it's all about resetting now. You can see them falling back out of this position. That forces GENG to have to regain information. And there's usually a delay before a team will do that. And there it is. The drone will clear a long, and GENG realize they're rotating off.
It's a good thing XSET's doing this fairly quickly, but oh, if they commit now, it's over. Okay, so they're not committing. They're going back again. All right, okay.
But they have
Okay.
C coverage. Now they move as a death ball, and this has worked for them. Power and numbers for the team trading off each other.
What are they thinking now?
See how much
It's just
they work
split
off
C?
of this drone. Alts up is Thwyfo's Neuralink, Blade Storm, as well as the Showstopper to just
Yep,
Kuza's
they're splitting C.
Neuralink. So
They broke the
Yeah, they,
trip with that Sova.
coming in from XSET.
They burned the paranoia on C, so I think they always want to finish C here, so they're resetting into that. They wanted to try to force the rotation, didn't come through, but
Oh, well
the
done.
entrance
Oh,
risk, and it's not
Kusta
just
though.
about
Kusta.
This guy, he's been the man that's caused problems in the past on this site, but they'll take him down.
I don't know how that
Well done.
happened. He drew the most beautiful picture.
Well
with
done.
ammo behind
They
both of them. I've never
they
seen
pulled them
that.
to A.
Oh, it looked like-
They
it looked
fell
like
back.
the
They
crosshair
pulled
was
them to
right on it.
C.
No, we've all been there.
They fell back,
12 to
and then
10,
they split
that
C.
Spike has been planted.
I like
and
it.
It looks so
They
good
didn't
here
get too
for
crazy.
XSET.
They didn't
This is
get ahead of
something you
themselves.
want to see from the teams
It
in
looked
the
like they were
top
on the same
8.
page.
Not that they just fall behind and can't iterate to
Nice.
find ways in.
And I just love how they played the flow of this round, because they, with that really strong presence, A lobby at the beginning of the round, and the boombot forced back Wynn, so Wynn couldn't get an opportunity to pick with the operator. he couldn't get an opportunity to really do anything. He had to give it up, and he fell into the site. Then they had to burn a drone. Early round, they had to burn a drone, which is extremely valuable for, usually the mid round, to clear a long to just determine if they rotated off. Then they're like,
it's way more. It's way more important. It's way more important for XSET to chase that op than anything else. It's okay to lose. It's okay to lose your life. Whatever. On this round, it doesn't matter. You have enough money. You wanna try to get that op out of their hands. For sure. It
doesn't have the paranoia.
It's a lot of money that you got to spend.
The way that XSET played that round was awesome.
It would have if they got that op out of their hands. Honestly, if they got the op out of this guy's hands, I think it would have been a pretty convincing round. Now it's a little scary, dude. We still got the op, man. Oh. He's doing this peek again, which just didn't work last time, but... Oh, huge info. Oh, my... The second he didn't see that guy up on the box, that was so... Where'd the casters go? Oh, they're back.
Really needs a connection there. Doesn't manage to find it. A little bit.
Now XSET's in a bit of a pickle.
And they got that opening bit of damage. Or rather, they got that opening pick. Sorry, I should say. GENG against XSET. So XSET, one more round's all they need, but I think this is the first round in a while, and they're going to start down 4 versus 5. They're going to mix things up, going for a heavy presence towards B. Win is going to get another one.
That's game.
Swinging for the next, looking like a fantastic defense, not even able to get through the door. Completely denied XSET, and wow, okay. Did he just get a headshot with a knife and not get
that's kind of sad, actually.
GENG locking
that hurts.
2-0 against XSET. Great performance from them. And that's going to be them moving forward. And XSET, they're out of lives.
That's a bummer. That's a bummer. It was so important. It was so important to chase that op and get that op out of his hands for that last round. Because I don't think they would have been able to afford it. I don't know if they had enough money to afford another op. I'm not entirely sure, but the op clearly won them that round.